California will now be offered two candidates at the top of our ticket who have actually created jobs and cut costs, and we look forward to taking on the two career politicians on the other side.
The former head of HP, hungry for a victory this fall, but first, hungry for breakfast a little later with her Republicans here in Anaheim. That's where we're live. Jesse Gary, we'll head back to you.
All right, Jesse, thanks very much for that.
And now we are joined live by Carly Fiorina, the Republican nominee for Senate.
Good morning, and congratulations on the nomination.
Well, good morning to all of you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for spending time with us. I want to run something by you. This is a quote from your opponent, Barbara Boxer. She says about you, she hardly ever voted. She laid off 30,000 workers. She shipped their jobs to China, to Europe, to India. People suffered. She got all these perks, and so I really look forward to this race. Wow. What do you say to that?
Well, you know, look at what's happening to the city of Los Angeles. The movie business is leaving. All kinds of businesses are leaving California, and they're leaving California because it has become so difficult to do business here. Small businesses, family-owned businesses, innovators are going elsewhere. Filming is going elsewhere. And that's why California's unemployment rate is at record levels, and it is why, despite the bailouts, despite the stimulus that Barbara Boxer voted for, our unemployment picture continues to get worse. The truth is that Barbara Boxer thinks government is the answer because all she's ever done is run for office. I started as a receptionist, typing and filing and answering phones in a little 9-person firm. And ultimately, I became the chief executive of Hewlett-Packard. I managed that company through very tough times, doubled the size of the business, created jobs, quintupled the cash flow, tripled the rate of innovation to 11 patents a day. I will run on my record and my experience all day long, and I think the voters of California have figured out that Barbara Boxer doesn't deserve 40 years in politics.
Carly, I know that you look at California residents right now. They're worried about jobs. They're worried about immigration.
Yes,
they're worried about offshore drilling. Education is a mess. What do you focus on going forward now with your campaign?
Well, when I talk to voters in California all up and down and across this great state, what they are most worried about are jobs and out-of-control government spending, because they know that we cannot sustain the levels of debt that we're piling up in Washington, D.C. We're destroying jobs in this state. That's why we have over 2.5 million people in this state who are out of work. Hundreds of thousands of them have been out of work for more than 6 months. Many others have stopped looking for work. And meanwhile, we learned today that our national debt will be $19.6 trillion in 5 years. People are smart. They know that is an unsustainable path. And while Greece is many thousands of miles away, it's not so very far away from what is happening in the city of Los Angeles or the state of California, or if we are not careful, the United States of America.
All right, Carly Fiorina, we know you have about 60 other reporters to talk to now, one after another. We want to thank you for spending time with us. We have an open invitation, as does Barbara Boxer, to come appear with us in studio. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much for having me.